Hello, friends. A very happy Mother's Day to all the beautiful mothers out there and to all the would be mothers out there. It is because of you that this world is a beautiful place. So, therefore, wish you all a very, very, very happy Mother's Day. It's a proud moment for me because I get to make this video on my mom. She of course deserves much more than this, but this is the least I thought I could do. And I'm not making this video only because she is my mom. Of course I admire her. We all love our moms. For us, everyone, the mom is the best thing that could ever happen, and so is for me. But here I am going to be talking very neutral and just as an admirer of her personality, admirer of her aura. I'm going to be talking here because even if I had not been her son, I would have had the same feelings. The reason I say this is because this ordinary woman has had a very extraordinary journey in her life, and she, by her own sheer personality, her own demeanor that she carries, the aura, like I said, that she has made herself special in the lives of many people. I move around with a lot of people. Many of them have met her. My colleagues or my friends, or most of our family relations and everybody, whoever have met her, they really appreciate her a lot. They give me compliments on her behalf and tell me how lucky I am to have a mother like this, which I'm sure they are right, and I completely agree with them. This is a video therefore dedicated to her on this Mother's Day because we talk so much, we share so much, so why not capture this and make this immortal for her. So mom, this is for you. My mom was born into one of the most affluent families of those times, because my Nanaji, that is her dad, he was a minister in the Maharashtra state government and closely worked with the Indira Gandhi government. And the kind of lifestyle that they had was probably one of the most luxurious lifestyles of those times. Being the eldest in the family, she always was the torchbearer for all the disciplinary regulations, rules laid down by my grandparents, that is my Nanaji and Naniji. And she has three younger siblings. So like I said, being the eldest, she was always that the torchbearer and led the path, and was always the guiding light probably for her siblings as well. At a young age of 18, she got married, and although she did not want to, because she was a very ambitious woman and was very bright, very intelligent, in her education and things like that. And she was studying her second year of BSc when she got married. And because my Nanaji, being a little conservative, he came across my dad, a very tall, good looking man, a very handsome man and a very genuine man. So he thought that maybe this is the right match for my mom, and she got married to him at a young age of 18 in 1974. After marriage, she moved to a small town in Rajasthan called Bhilwara. Today, Bhilwara is a major hub. It's a major textile hub today, and is very well known in the Asia circuit for its textile garments and production. But back then in 1974, it was not so big. So she transitioned from a affluent family to a normal traditional family, and they were a joint family. My dad had his siblings and his parents and other relatives staying there, and she very graciously transitioned into that family, took over all the responsibilities that she was given at a very tender age of 18. And back then in those times, it was difficult for a girl to accommodate herself probably, and coming from this kind of a background, it was even more difficult for her. But very graciously, she transitioned. She happily took over all the responsibilities of the new family, and she tirelessly worked there, and was a part of a family, supported my dad with everything that he did. And she was always the backbone for everything that the family did. And and they were very proud of the fact that my mom has now become a part of that family. Further to that, in 1978, my dad got a brilliant opportunity in Nigeria, and in those times it was not much heard of migrating to other countries for work. So, but still, my dad, because he got this opportunity, he wanted to go and make use of this opportunity to the best of his ability. At that time, she was expecting her first child, that is me, and of course, most of the relatives, they thought that this is probably not the right decision for her to go, because back then medical facilities were not so advanced as they are today. and a place like Nigeria probably was not that developed, and it would be difficult for her to give birth to a child and manage the child by herself. But because she wanted to stick around with my dad, and she wanted to support him, take care of him, she decided no, she will go. That is the kind of courage that she had. Once they went to Nigeria, I was born, and followed by me, my sister was born, who's only 14 months younger. So, managing two small kids, bringing them up without much support, without any help, I consider this to be one of the best things that can ever happen. Without a frown, without a complaint, supporting the family, supporting her two kids, doing all the household chores, and bringing up these two kids all by herself in those times was no mean feat. So unfortunately she also had some health concerns. She had a slip disc problem and stuff like that, but this lady kept smiling. So hats off to that kind of a courage that she showed. As we grew up, the time for our formal education came in place, and she thought that Nigeria will not be able to offer. My parents decided that we should not be here for our educational reasons, but at the same time they couldn't wind up so early. So my mom decided to keep us with our nana nani in India, and she left us in India and she went back to Nigeria because she did not want to leave my dad alone in trying to wind up things. And that's the kind of level of dedication that this woman had, leaving her two small kids behind. I must have been hardly 5-6 years old, and my sister would have been 4-5 years old, and we were left back at Akola, my nana nani's place. And I really admire that courage, because आज अगर हमें 2 घंटे भी हमारे बच्चों को अगर छोड़ना होता है तो शायद हम comfortable ना हो, but leaving her children for 2 years, and that too such small children, requires a lot of courage. And for our betterment, for our schooling reasons, for our education, she took that step. So I really admire her. Through the years, when we settled in Pune and my dad began his business, she supported him equally well. And again, we were small kids, we were growing up, but she managed the business with all the the right ways and means to do so. So much so that the staff would be more scared of her than my dad. That was the kind of discipline, that was the kind of her strength to notice things and to notice the business behaviors and accordingly tap them and do the best that they could. She was handling the house, taking care of us, taking care of the business and doing everything. As our business expanded, my dad decided to move into a powder coating industry, and she decided to pursue a course in paint technology so that she could give some kind of subject matter expertise to the management of our industry. You will not believe, friends, she topped that course of paint technology. She must have been in her mid 40s when she did this, and the students who were there along with her were all young, in their early 20s, and she beat them all and she stood first. And she also did her correspondence in commerce from a university in Karnataka. Again, this floors me, because doing this kind of a thing is again no joke. And at that age, with all the responsibilities, all the kind of life tantrums or the life challenges that they are thrown at us, she could achieve that. Unfortunately, after progressing and doing things in her life, she also had undergone a major illness, but not only once but twice, unfortunately. But this brave woman had always a smile throughout her illness, and because of her positive attitude, because of her strength, because of the kind of the mental strength that she has, she overcame that. And not only this, friends, many other things through the life, we all face ups and downs. She too has faced, but I have never seen her frown, complain or lose. Till date, she tells us, everything will be fine. The kind of bringing up that me and my sister got was unparalleled. It was something that I could never imagine. She brought us up with such good values, always asked us to be the best humans, have a heart, love people, respect elders, be the best that you can be in whatever you do. Always taught us to be gentle, kind, to be nice, and to be dedicated, to be integrated, to make yourself so worthy that people automatically come up to you. So yes, or whatever good that we probably may have is all because of her. And she's been someone who is not only special to me but to many of us around, and I'm sure those of you who are watching would agree with me that she's been a special person on this planet. There are very few people who can really do the multitasking that she did, and the kind of personality that she has, and no nonsense woman, not at all bothering or engaging or indulging herself in any kind of nonsense, only looking up to her family's well-being, her relatives' well-being, having the best of the thoughts and warmth for all and everyone around her. Whoever has come to my house, my friends or my colleagues or anybody, they have gone mesmerized being in her company for that given moment of time. The best cook, most of you will agree, amazing cook, learned on her own and mastered the art. She does things with such precision that you will not believe that she is not a trained cook, or she is not a trained interior designer, or she is not a trained businesswoman. She just does it with her heart, her soul, and that's why she gets the thing so perfect. Her taste for everything is mind blowing. To have this kind of a lethal combination of good work, good thoughts, good brain, good taste, good skills is no mean feat, friends. And I am so proud that I am her son. All this that I said would have been the same even if I wouldn't have been her son. But I am blessed. I thank God that she is my mother, and I love you, Mom. And so does many of us around you. I am sure you know that. And may you have the best of health. You have loads of happiness, and you're always there with us to bless us and keep us going. We are nothing without you, Mom. Love you. Take care.